Oh, no, he's ready. Oh, okay. Very good. Okay.
Sir, can you state your name, please?
Yes, Santiago Daniel Martinez.
Okay. All right, sir, I want to confirm. All right, thank you. So this is the time and date scheduled for your arraignment.
Okay.
So I'd like to proceed with your permission and do this by video
Sure.
and waive your personal appearance instead of scheduling another court date that you can come and appear in front of me. We can just do it by video. Do you have your permission to do that?
Yes.
All right. Give me one moment here. Let me get a paper. All right, so the allegations that are made against you are two charges. One of the charges is interfering with a judicial proceeding filed under domestic violence statute, and the other charge is a DUI. Both of them are Class 1 misdemeanors. A Class 1 misdemeanor has maximum fine of $2,500, 6 months in jail, and/or 3 years of probation. There are mandatory minimums on both of those charges. So first off, with the domestic violence charge, there's a $50 address confidentiality fund fee and a $50 domestic violence fund fee. That is a mandatory minimum fine. There's also a mandatory minimum domestic violence counseling that's required. So that's the minimum, and then I told you about the maximum of the Class 1 misdemeanor. On the DUI charge, there's also a mandatory minimum. There's a mandatory minimum of 8 consecutive hours of jail time, which you've already served, but that is mandated. There's also a mandatory fine of $1,515.50 fine, and mandatory DUI counseling that's required. So that's the minimum. And then again, the Class 1 misdemeanor maximum, that's the penalty range. Your options are to plead guilty, not guilty, or no contest.
Mm.
If you
Guilty.
plead, go ahead, sir. Do you have a
Guilty.
question? Okay, so yeah, let me explain the options too. Make sure you
Okay.
have a thorough understanding before I accept the plea. I just need a record. You have the right to plead guilty, not guilty, or no contest. The difference between a guilty plea and a no contest plea is the following. If you plead guilty, you're acknowledging the facts of the case and admitting that you committed the crimes. If you plead no contest, you're not admitting or denying the facts of the case, but you're accepting the conviction. Both guilty and no contest pleas show on a criminal history as a conviction. If you plead guilty or no contest, we have to defer your sentencing as we must comply with victims' notification, so we'll have you come back for a sentencing date on both of those charges at a later time. Your other option is to plead not guilty. If you plead not guilty, we'll schedule you a pre-trial conference. That's where you meet with the prosecutor. The prosecutor may share the police report with you and provide any other evidence that they might use at a trial at a later date. At the conclusion of the pre-trial conference, one of three things will happen. One, the case will in fact go to trial. Two, the case could enter a plea agreement. Or three, the case could be dismissed. Do you understand that?
Yes.
You also have the right to an attorney. Now, since this DUI has a mandatory jail time, you have the right to a court-appointed attorney at little or no cost. Even though you've probably already served that time, it's still allowed for you as one of your rights. So
Okay.
your choices are to exercise your right and see if you qualify for a court-appointed attorney to represent you in these cases, waive your right to personal counsel, provide a qualifying reason other than what I've told you about the jail time for a court-appointed attorney, or hire an attorney at your own expense. Do you understand those choices, sir?
Yes.
Regarding the attorney decision, do you wish to waive the presence of an attorney, see if you qualify for a court-appointed attorney, hire your own attorney, or provide the court with another reason why you want a court-appointed attorney?
If I could qualify for an attorney.
Okay, what I'll do, sir, is my intentions are to release you on your own recognizance regardless. So with this paperwork, I will send a financial questionnaire that you need to complete before you walk out. They'll send that back to me, and I'll provide you your court date. And then if you qualify for a court-appointed attorney, that date will change, okay? So do you think you'll be checking your email address?
My phone is turned off. I have to make a payment first.
Yeah, I understand that, but will you have that operating, you think, in about a week or so?
Yes,
Okay,
for sure.
okay, I just want to make sure that I'm fair to you, so if we send this stuff and you don't have your phone operating, you're not going to be notified.
Okay.
If something goes different on any of that, or you're having a hard time paying the bill, or there's something, just make sure you contact the court. At our phone number will be on top of the paper, so you can get updated on the court dates, okay?
Okay.
All right, so what I'm going to do on that case that is entering not guilty plea for you, and we'll send you the financial questionnaire to see if you qualify for the court-appointed attorney. If you do, the attorney will be assigned. You'll be notified of their name and phone number, and also of your next court date, because it will change.
Okay.
Because this is a signing without an attorney, but we had to provide something. If you don't qualify for an attorney, then your choices then back up, and they go to whether you want to hire one yourself or waive the presence of an attorney, and we'll talk about that after we get the financial questionnaire to see where you fall in at, okay?
Okay.
But as of now, we're going to enter the not guilty plea, and then I'll send you that financial questionnaire to complete, and then they'll get it sent back to us before you leave.
Okay.
All right, so I want to review your release conditions with you to make sure you obey these. Is to obey all orders of the court, not to commit any crimes, notify the court immediately of any address that you obtain. Do not leave the state of Arizona without permission of the court. Do not contact the alleged victim in any manner. Do not possess or consume any alcohol or drugs without a valid prescription. Do not possess any firearms. Do you understand those release conditions?
Yes, I do.
Can you abide by them?
Yes.
All right, sir, then I'm going to get you released here shortly. Do you have any questions about anything we've talked about?
No questions.
Okay, that's all I've got then.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Hi there, can you state your name, please?
Stephanie Renee Wright.
All right, Ms. Wright, so we've got two cases that we need to talk about. One of the cases is case number 2025 CM 12212. It's an offense of criminal trespass in the third degree from July of 2025. So we need to do an arraignment on that, which means I take a plea from you, so we'll get to that in a moment.
All right.
The second case that we need to discuss is case 2025 CM 12362. And that's for an offense that allegedly occurred on or about November 27th. and that is a criminal trespass in the 3rd degree, and then also a passive resisting arrest charge, okay?
Okay, yes, sir.
All right, so first off, we'll go with the one case. First, I need to get your consent to waive your personal appearance. We could schedule this for a whole nother day and have you
No,
come
this
back.
is great, yes.
So you
I
waive
waive
your
it.
personal appearance and you'll do it by video?
Yes, sir.
All right,
Yes, absolutely.
okay, and does that go for both cases?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right, so the case that is 2025 CM 12212, that's a class 3 misdemeanor. You have also the same charge on the other case, it's also a class 3 misdemeanor. And then the resisting arrest is a class 1 misdemeanor, so I want to make sure I tell you the penalty ranges of the class 1 misdemeanor first, the resisting arrest, which is a maximum fine of $2,500, 6 months in jail, and or 3 years of probation. The class 3 misdemeanors, both of them the same charge on 2 different cases, has a maximum fine of $500 plus 30 days in jail and or 1 year of probation. Your options are to plead guilty, not guilty, or no contest. The difference between a guilty and a no contest plea is the following. If you plead guilty, you're admitting to the facts of the case and acknowledging that you committed the crime.
Yes, sir.
If you plead no contest, you're not admitting nor are you denying the facts of the case, but you're acknowledging the conviction. Both of those two show up on a criminal history as a conviction, okay?
Yes, sir.
If you plead guilty or no contest, then we will sentence you at a later date because we must comply with victims' rights notification. They must be notified of your plea and they have a right to be heard if they wish to. Okay. If you plead not guilty, I'll schedule you for a later date, a pretrial conference. That's where you meet with the prosecutor. You discuss the case with the prosecutor. They might provide the police report in each of the cases. They might provide you with any evidence that they plan on using at a later date if the cases go to a trial. At the conclusion of that pretrial conference meeting, one of 3 things will happen. 1, the case will in fact go to a trial. 2,
sir.
the case could enter a plea agreement that all parties agree on, including yourself. They could
Right.
even consolidate these cases, I'm not sure.
Yes, sir.
Or 3, the cases could be dismissed. Do you understand those options?
Yes, I do, sir.
All right. On each of the cases, you also have the right to an attorney. Neither of these cases have any jail time. Now, I understand you're in custody, but that's not part of sentencing. So as far as sentencing is concerned, you're not facing any jail time as of this time. Okay.
Right on. Good.
So the decision about an attorney, you would have to hire one yourself, or you would waive the presence of an attorney. Do you know how you wish to proceed?
Yes, I do wish to proceed without an attorney.
Okay. So I'll be sending you a form that waives, number 1, your personal appearance that we talked about, so we can do this by video.
Yes, sir.
And number 2, it waives the presence of an attorney for both cases. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right. Okay, so first the case, the oldest one, which is that criminal trespass. Do you have any questions before I take a plea from you on it?
No,
All
I
right.
don't.
How do you wish to plea on it?
Guilty.
Okay, we'll enter your guilty plea. And then on the other case, the criminal trespass and resisting arrest, how do you plea on that?
Guilty.
On both charges?
Yes.
Okay. So what I've done for a convenience for you, I've scheduled you on the same date for your sentencing. So if I release you, Miss Wright,
Yes, sir.
I want you to make sure that you appear and there's no questions or get confusions or any excuses about
Okay.
you coming to sentencing. If you don't come to sentencing and 90 days pass, you lose your right to an appeal process, okay? And then, of
Okay.
course, we
Yes,
warrant your arrest and we do all this again, and I just hold you until you
Yeah.
show up. So
Okay.
I'll get you copies of this, but your court date on both of the 2 cases, the forms will look a little different because you're only in custody on one.
Okay.
You were cited and released on the other. So, but the court date's the same on January 12th of 2026 at 9:30 a.m. That's the court date for both. So we'll get that to
Okay.
you, get some signatures from you, and get you released. Do you have any questions?
Thank you very much. And no, I don't, and I'll be there.
Okay. All right.
Thank you very much.
You bet.
Bye. Have a good day.
Thank you. You too.